Dr. Cornel West has the Democratic Party afraid. They're afraid because they're dealing with a black man who has the actual following of black people.
And so I think that's the real risk for Biden. Yeah, head-to-head, he probably would beat Trump. But in a four-person race, when he's facing a threat from the left in Cornel West, who's taken a couple of points from his left, and then facing potentially a kind of center-right.
This year, he said people are just frankly not running and jumping about another term of President Biden, and they're frankly keeping their options open. And that's something that I heard from voters consistently, is that while they're aware that Joe Biden could be the default, they're still wanting to see who else could potentially get in this race. At least one voter told me they were considering Cornel West.
The Democratic Party doesn't know what to do because Dr. Cornel West is a black man who has actually shown that he cares about black people over decade, over decade, over decade, over decade. And that's something Joe Biden can't say. Joe Biden can't say he even cares about poor or working class white folks because he took so much money from the pharmaceutical industry, so much money from Wall Street over the years, and has been a part of segregationists and Klan members, you name it. Joe Biden has been about it. It's been mass incarceration, and the list goes on. The last thing they want is a Dr. Cornel West on the stump, reminding black men particularly what they're doing when they're casting a vote for Joe Biden. How all of a sudden Joe Biden has not changed his stripes. He'll do just enough to ease by. Now, if we can only get black women to feel the same way about Joe Biden. So all those gatekeepers that were saying, oh my God, here goes Ice Cube with his contract with Black America, who was saying, oh God, it's wrong timing. We don't want to force Joe Biden to do anything. Let's just get behind him. That don't make any damn sense for people that are tactical when it comes to their politics. Now we got Dr. Cornel West running as a third party, not even in the Democratic Party. And what are they doing? They're singing the same tune. How it's going to damage Joe Biden. How it's going to produce Trump. Why is it every time there's somebody standing up for black people and fighting for the issues that matter to us, we got actual black people standing up telling us now's not the time? I'd like to know, when is the time going to be? Put us on the mailing list for when that time's going to be. You can drop me an email. You can send me a text message. Send it by passenger pigeon. Do smoke signals. I want to know when's it going to be a good time for us to challenge these damn Democrats when it comes to their policies. Black Americans have been voting for the Democratic Party at over 90% in every election since I've been alive. What do we got to show for it? Our women die 3 times the rate of white women when it comes to giving birth. We own only less than 2% of the wealth in the country. We make up more than 40% of the incarcerated. The average black male life expectancy is 62. Meanwhile, we don't collect Social Security until we're 65. I mean, really tell me what's going on. Do you think I'm exaggerating? Here goes Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. You know, the member of the squad. I think he has a very long record of service and academic thought leadership. I think just right now, given the Electoral College, it's very difficult to square the very real threat of a Republican presidency, with the risk of giving up the very small margin of electoral votes needed to ensure that President Biden wins. That's why the AOC is one of them now. I'd like to take a moment to say goodbye to all my supporters out there who are so butthurt that I would have the audacity to criticize AOC, even though she's damn sure earned her criticism. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out, because I'm going to keep calling her out just like I call out everybody else. Don't go anywhere, because around the 7-minute mark, I got a little extra clip for you I want to share. Back to the conversation. The way I see it, we don't owe the Democratic Party a damn thing. The Democratic Party owes us. If you don't feel that way, that's on you, but I know what I'm worth and I know what my people have done over the years to keep this Democratic Party viable. And I'm saying, pull the rug from under them if they don't do what's necessary. I'm talking about government set-aside contracts for small businesses that qualify for those contracts. Black folks need that today. The way I see it, white America ain't gonna save the Democratic Party from extinction. Only the black community can do that. Unless you want to slip and fall and bust your head to the white meat, maybe you'll get behind some policies that we want this time. Or you can sit in your silo and stew and be upset. We done had hard times for 300 years. What's another 4? More than you can withstand, I'm sure. That's right, Democratic Party and your liberals and your center-left and your mid-left and midlife crisis left and center gooey middle center milquetoast bastards either get on board with us or play like an incandescent light bulb and blow. We on the LAD status right now. We don't got time to play with you. Game over. So how many indictments will it take for them to stop Donald Trump? 10 more? 20 more? I mean, hell, you might as well go for big numbers like my man Weeback in The Wire. Either that, or Joe Biden can pull that pen out and start writing some shit, some executive orders that the people want. It's very possible that the Democratic Party's not in this election to win. Not if it means they got to do something for black folks. Not if it means they got to get away from their corporate sponsors and do something for working folks. Not if it means they got to do something about poor folks. Not if it means they got to take care of the people that have been taking care of their party and keeping it afloat. 65% of white men vote Republican. 58% to 60% of white women vote Republican. If it wasn't for black Americans and those Latinos that swing our way, you'd never get another Democratic president. And the Democratic Party should never be in power again if the Democratic Party does not stand by black America. Once upon a time, the Democratic Party was the party of the union. Now it's the party of the Wall Street, Big Pharma, fossil fuels, and as always, war. That's what they're the party of. They're also party of distraction and using your identity in order to keep you on their team. Folks, we got to break free. We cannot let the Democratic Party get away with this. They've been railroading us, putting obstacles in our way by the way of operatives, here to slander and misuse and misinform black Americans, getting us to turn on one another. People like this guy, this clip right here, where this guy puts black men down this way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We would be in a level of comfortability if Hillary Clinton was president.
I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with him. I think that we would be having, I think the both genders would be at war with each other. That's what I think would be happening if Hillary Clinton was in,
Well, I'll tell you
office.
this, that black men, I'm not speaking for all of us here, but black men are some of the most misogynistic people on the planet.
Wow.
Thank you.
See, I shared that because that's one of the Democratic Party's favorite people. One of their greatest spokesmen right there. What is he doing? He's throwing black men under the bus. He has no courage to call out white men in America. He has no courage to call out Latinos and Asians. What does he do? He calls out the most defenseless, least powerful people in the entire country. Black men. It says they're the most misogynistic. Everyone knows white guys are the most misogynistic. They're the ones who wouldn't let their own women vote. We weren't controlling who was voting, who couldn't vote. What's more misogynistic than treating black women like they weren't women? I don't know what could be. But according to this guy, this person, Bakari Sellers, according to Bakari Sellers, you and I, black men, we're the worst people. We're the worst. And these are the type of people that are running the Democratic Party. These are the type of people that get all the assignments and all the love and all the support and go to all the swanky parties and get all the hookups and get all the media promotion and get all the guest spots. And these are the people that get all the funding. And what do we get? We get treated like bathwater, thrown out, pulled the plug, dismissed. Get out of here. Aren't you tired of it? Aren't you tired of it? That's why the Democratic Party requires us to knock them down, Johnson. And that's what Dr. Cornel West is going to help us do. If you got somebody better, let me know who their name is. You think you got somebody who's going to take a more spirited, passionate punch against the establishment than Dr. Cornel West? I don't think you are. Hey, this is not a campaign promotion video, but it might as well be, because I need people to get behind this. If you're going to vote Democrat, get something for it. If they're not going to give you nothing for it, vote Green Party. And if you're not going to vote at all, I got you. Let's get active in these streets. Let's make it happen in our own communities. So the Democratic Party is afraid right now. They're running scared, and they should be, because they ain't done right by the people that put them in office. And those people, Johnson, are us. We are those people. Whether it was you or your grandmama, your aunts, your cousins, your nieces, your nephews, your father, your grandfather, whoever. Black people have been voting 90% or better for the Democrats since the 60s. It's time the Democrats act like it. There's a saying in the black community, when you're serious about something, you say it with your chest. If you're serious about these politics, say it with your West. Out to Cornel West. I said what I said.
Extra innings are bonus segments from Tim Black's Black Table Show with the Blacks. That's Tim Black and the amazing Mrs. Black. For early access to extra innings, become a paid member of the Tim Black Show at jointimblack.com. Ain't nothing like the real thing. Baby, join today. See you there, Wolfpack.